To make the tutu for the boxer, crochet boxer dog, you're going to need your 5mm crochet hook, as well as your tapestry needle and a pair of scissors. I'm also using the sparkle tulle ribbon, the same one that I used for the purple bow that goes on top of the boxer's head. The yarn I used is by Red Heart Super Saver. Here's some information on this yarn. You're only going to need one skein of this yarn. The color is Orchid, and here's more information about this yarn. The first thing we're going to do is make a chain. So you just take your yarn, fold it over on itself to form a loop, take your crochet hook, put it right through the loop, hold the base of the loop with your middle finger and your thumb, then just yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through that loop for a slip knot. Now I'm just going to show you 4 chains on video tutorial. But you're going to want to make a chain large enough to fit around your crochet boxer dog's body. So you're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through the loop for 1 chain, 2, 3, 4. So continue making a chain and then measure it around your crochet boxer dog's body. When you come back, I'll show you how large my chain was. Then we're going to make the cobble stitch back across. So you're going to take your crochet hook, you're going to go into the next stitch over. So the first chain from the hook, bring up a loop, make a single crochet. Then we're going to make a treble crochet into the next stitch. So you're going to yarn over twice. You're going to go into the next stitch over. You're going to bring up a loop. You have 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through 2. Yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through 2 loops. And then yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through the 2 remaining loops. Now you're going to make a single crochet into the next stitch. Then you're going to make a treble crochet into the next stitch. So yarn over twice, go into the next stitch over, bring up a loop, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through 2 loops, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through 2 loops, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through the 2 remaining loops. And that's basically how you make your cluster stitch. I'm going to make a couple of them with you. Single crochet into the next stitch. Treble crochet into the next stitch. Yep, the 1 chain. A little bit fuzzy with this yarn, but that's alright. I'm going to go ahead and back the camera up so you can watch a little bit easier. Make 1 more set. So I'm going to make a single crochet into the next stitch. And then a treble crochet into the next stitch. So this is a treble crochet stitch. And then the single crochet and the treble stitch together create this cobble-like stitch or appearance. I just finished my last stitch on the end, which was a treble crochet. Now I'm going to chain one, turn my work, and since I had a treble crochet on the end, I'm going to go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So with the chain 1 and the chain 3, you have a total of 4 on the end, which counts as your first treble crochet. Then you're going to make a single crochet into the next stitch, which is the previous row's single crochet. Then you're going to make a treble crochet into the next stitch. So each of your treble crochets will be over the previous row's treble crochet. And then each of your single crochets will be over the previous row's single crochet. And then you're just going to repeat this pattern all the way back across. And then come back. Then, when you reach the end, you're just going to chain 1, turn your work, and since I ended with a single crochet, my next stitch is over a treble crochet, so I'm going to make a treble crochet into the next stitch. And then just repeat the pattern back across for one more row. Single crochet in the previous row's single crochet, treble crochet into the previous stitch, which was a treble crochet. And then just keep repeating that across for one more row. After you finish your last stitch on the end, you should have finished 3 rows of the cluster stitches. Then you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work. Then you're going to make a double crochet into the same stitch. So yarn over, go into the same stitch, bring up a loop. We're going to make a double crochet. So you have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through 2 of the loops. 2 loops remaining, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through the 2 remaining loops. Then you just created a V-stitch, which has your first double crochet, a chain 1, and another double crochet into the same stitch, and you create a V-stitch. Then you're going to skip the next stitch, yarn over, go into the next stitch over, which should be your treble stitch, bring up a loop, make your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the same stitch, and then you completed your second V-stitch. So I like the V-stitch because you can take your ribbon and go right through the openings of the V-stitch. You're going to skip the next stitch and create another V-stitch into the next stitch over, and you're just going to repeat this all the way across the top. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the same stitch. Then skip a stitch and repeat. Then after you finish your last V-stitch on the end, you can go ahead and finish off. Just yarn over and pull enough yarn through to sew the ends together when we're ready. Now you can take your tulle glitter ribbon, and every time you cut this is going to make a mess with the glitter, so you may want to put something underneath. to catch the glitter as you cut it. You're going to cut strips that are 16 inches in length. Then you're going to take those strips and fold them in half lengthwise a couple of times. And then with your crochet hook, you're going to hook the center of this strip. So you just take your crochet hook, and then I have the right side facing up. I'm going to take the crochet hook from the wrong side, and then I'm just going to go into the next stitch over. I'm going to hook the center of the ribbon and then just bring it through. Then you're going to take and grab, forming a loop. Take 2 fingers, go through the loop. You're going to grab both ends of the ribbon and then pull both ends through the loop. Then just cinch down the knot. And you're going to do this all the way across. And you can make one shorter and one longer too, but I'm going to make mine about 16 inches for each of them. So my first one was a little bit longer. I'm just going to trim it. And then I'm just going to make each of the strips 16 inches and repeat this process all the way across. Some of mine I even skipped a stitch in between. Mine ended up with 23 strips. Just be forewarned that glitter is going to get everywhere, so I was able to vacuum up mine easily. There's a separate video tutorial for the bows, metal clip bows, but I was able to make 3 bows, the one on the dog and then these 2 as well as the skirt with 1 spool. Now you can take and place it on your dog. Take the ends underneath, tuck it in between the 2 paws. So for mine, I pulled through about 4 of the strips, the glitter strips. I'm putting my tapestry needle onto the long end that I left for sewing, or you can just use the same colored yarn. On the other side, I pulled through 3 strips, and again, you can expect glitter everywhere. So just know that this type of glitter on this ribbon strip will make a mess. Then you can take and just sew the ends together. Make sure that it's not twisted when you put it around the dog. Then you're ready to just take and sew the 2 ends together for the little skirt. And then I didn't sew mine to the dog, I just sewed the 2 ends of the skirt together. And then you just bury your loose yarn ends when you're finished.